What's up, family? Welcome back to my channel. My name is MichelleAna. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been already subscribed, welcome back. All right, today is a continuation, obviously, of Vlogmas. If you are not all the way caught up, I highly suggest that you click the playlist, the Vlogmas 2021 playlist, and watch through, just binge watch the whole. You got a bunch of episodes for the Vlogmas to get all caught up. We've done everything from PR package unboxings, we've done get ready with me's, we've done devotional time, we've done all types of things, so you have a little bit of everything. And today I thought it'd be a great video to talk about what I'm grateful for, since the reason of this particular holiday that we're even celebrating, Christmas, right, is to celebrate Jesus and his birth and his coming to literally just be such a significant pillar of my faith, of hope, of restoration, of love, and all of the above. I thought it would be so great to do a video dedicated to what I'm grateful for specifically this year. Now I am gonna do, let me put that on silent. Now I am gonna specifically do a 2021 lessons learned video, like literally, because that we just need a whole nother video for that. But this video is really just a collection of things that I'm super grateful for. I didn't even write any notes. I was just gonna go straight in and talk about what I'm super grateful for. Number one thing that I am just so grateful for is the presence of God in my life, y'all. I mean, that goes without saying, but I have to say it because I don't even know if I say it enough publicly, but I am so grateful for God's presence in my life. It has absolutely reinvented my life, restored my life, rejuvenated my life in such a real way. If you don't know, I grew up in church and I really didn't fall in love with Jesus until I gained a knowledge of him from my own self. Like, you could tell somebody all you want about a particular person, but until that person experiences that person for themselves, you won't really know how to explain it. Like, it's just like you have to experience the person for yourself. And that's the same thing with God. I literally, like I said, as a child, like, I would go to church because it was what my parents said to do, and it was just the right thing to do. And I am a first generation Christian, and so it was just very different. Like, my parents, I had a very different type of upbringing than my older sisters. And so there's a lot of things that growing up, I just did because I had to do. Like, it was a very strict kind of environment. Where's my necklace at? I'm like, where is my, okay, girl, there we go. So it was just a very strict environment. And I just was like, who is this God that is always upset with me, that is always angry with me, that what is it? Until I understood God's presence in my life for myself, I just didn't have this knowledge of him. I didn't have this revelation about him in my life. And so specifically this year, I feel like I'm grateful that God revealed himself to be a provider. Let me tell y'all, this year specifically, 2021, I saw God provide for me in very supernatural ways. And therefore, I just have to start with being so grateful for his presence in my life. I couldn't even start this video without saying that. The second thing I'm grateful for, kind of like how I mentioned in the beginning, are the lessons learned, the abundance of lessons learned this year. You want to know why? Those lessons matured me. They processed me. A lot of us do not like being in process, but what happens is, in process, our character is matured and is just built for a certain way, or in a certain way, for the things that God actually called us to, right? So there's a resilience that God has built in me this year. There is a tenacity that God has built in me this year because of the lessons learned. And like I said in my earlier this video, I'm going to share literally a video just about the lessons that I've learned this year, because Wow. The third thing that I'm super grateful for, which kind of goes along, it's like 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is authenticity and community. I'll start off with authenticity. I mean, I've really been talking about authenticity all year long. I mean, from the very beginning where I introduced the Faith and Influence series on my channel, there's a whole playlist dedicated to what it looks like to marry and bridge your faith and your values with your influence and impact in your community. And so authenticity was like the core of that belief system and of that strategy. And I just feel like authenticity really was one of the things that catapulted me into just this new level of strength that I have ending this year. I was so burnt out in the beginning of this year, like literally from the jump, I was already burnt out because I didn't understand the simplicity it is of working from a place of rest and not striving. I talked about that in one of my Vlogmas videos this month. And so I'm so grateful for authenticity because it's in authentic spaces that we're able to grow, right? It's in authentic spaces where we're able to heal and we're able to have conversations where we don't feel isolated and we don't feel alone, right? There are certain moments and seasons where the Lord really kind of hides us and tucks us away, right? So that we can really just depend on him. But there are other seasons where we can come out of that thing and really share the things that we're learning, the experiences that we've had, because it's in those experiences that we're able to be there for each other, which leads me to number 4, being so grateful in this year for community. Now more than ever, I understand the power of knowing who your tribe is, of knowing who your community is, of knowing that even if like time and space and distance may separate you guys, you know who you could call on when you are in a bind. You know you could call on when you need a couple dollars, right? You know who you can call on to bounce ideas off of. And so I'm just so grateful for understanding the value of community and not pushing people away when they actually had the very pure heart and intention and great things to be added into my life, right? And so it was in community that I was really broken the most, but I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful that it was in community that God healed me as well. There's nothing like seeing the heart of God within different people that have walked very different walks of life than you have. And let me tell you something, do not judge people by their past, because it is the substance and the things that they've learned from their past that made them who they are today: reliable, dependable, resilient, intellectual, loving, kind, all these different things, patient. No one is perfect, y'all. No one is perfect, but I feel like when we give people a chance, we're also seeing the heart of God and also a unique perspective of God's image imparted in that person. And man, that is just so beautiful. That's just so good, honestly. And so those are the things that I'm just super grateful for in this year. I feel like I've grown so much, and I feel like I've been going through this purification and cleansing process this year. I resonate a lot. As I look back, I resonate a lot with Esther and how she really had to go through this purification process to kind of be presented to the King of Kings, right? No, not the King of Kings, but the King at the time, but also is representative of the bride, right? Like us, the church, like God's people, to be presented to the King of Kings. And I just feel like that is where we are. Honestly, that's where I am. And I'm so grateful for all of the things that I didn't like that I had to go through, but I had to go through in order to become who I am today. And so I'm looking forward to continuing that and just seeing what God does in my life for the rest of this year, for whatever is left of 2021, and also how God is going to blow my mind in 2022. So I want to hear from you guys. What are you guys most grateful for in 2021? I want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. It could be one thing, it could be 10 things. I want to hear from you. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And of course, make sure that you subscribe and you press that bell notification so that every time that I post, you are notified that I have a new video up. It has been a blessing just sharing these incredible things that I'm grateful for with you guys. And I hope that you guys stay tuned for my next video.